So I have just sort of like one final announcement to make before we all get to go over to our reception. And that is we are very happy to announce the 2025 Scott Institute Entrepreneurship Award winners. And you might be thinking, what the heck is the Scott Institute Entrepreneurship Award? It's a new thing. So this year, we are launching the Entrepreneurship Award to help faculty, staff, and students here at CMU along their entrepreneurial journey. Like I said in my opening remarks, we as an institute want to give every opportunity possible to our student, faculty, and staff founders to help them along their way in their entrepreneurship journey and make sure that their businesses get past the next valley of death and actually have success out in the world. And so recipients of this award will receive funding and support from the Scott Institute for various activities, including but not limited to startup costs, travel funds for conferences or showcase opportunities, training costs, incubator and accelerator participation fees. So one big hurdle that many of our startups are coming across is they'll apply for an accelerator or an incubator program, and then they have to dish out $4,000. And it's like, okay, how can we as the Scott Institute help them out? Well, this award is exactly what is meant to do that, and other types of support as well. So to announce this year's winners, I would love to invite Professor Reeja Jayan to the stage. So Professor Jayan, she is a professor in mechanical engineering here at Carnegie Mellon, and she's also the CEO of SeaLion Energy. So please, Professor Jayan.
Good afternoon, everyone. My job is to close out the day and tell you my story. And I want to call myself a reluctant entrepreneur. So SeaLion Energy, we make materials that extend the life of batteries. And we spun out about a year ago from CMU, Scott Institute. But the story of SeaLion Energy and the fundamental work goes back almost a decade, about 8 years. It was an idea, and it actually began with a Scott Institute seed grant and some federal funding from the National Science Foundation and the US Department of Defense, among others. And then so it took about 8 years to get to a point where we could even think about sending these materials, these devices out into the real world. Doing research of any kind is hard. Taking your research, your baby, and sending it out into the real world is damn hard. It's really, really hard. And it was intimidating. I had no clue, right? I had to learn a new language, and somehow we were able to write a successful proposal and get selected by the ARPA-E program. Now, if you have not done it, ARPA-E negotiations are not for the faint of heart. And not only do you have to go into these negotiations with a steely mind and gut, you also need to show that, you have enough money to run this project if you finally close the deal. So there was a moment when I thought, all was lost, even before we started. And among many people I spoke to the Scott Institute director, Costas Samaras, and through the Scott Institute, we could get money to get to the point where we could negotiate this deal, close the ARPA-E award, and start our project. And then, really get the company going, legal, financials, what is payroll, right? So this process cannot happen for faculty, staff, and students without a village of support. And that support can be in kind, in cash, but cash is also very important. And because of that, I'm very honored to be able to announce this first set of winners for the Scott Institute Entrepreneurship Awards. Right, allow me to introduce the winners of this first round. Professor Howie Chaussett, robotics. Their project is robotics for inspecting pipes for natural gas leaks. The second winner, TJ Thomas, PhD student, mechanical engineering, robotics for the removal process for harmful algal blooms. Ruben Quesada, MBA student, TEPA, AI-driven management for sourcing sustainable materials. Waku Ken Opurum, PhD student, architecture, passive, biomimetic biodegradable air filters to improve indoor air quality. Please allow me to lead this applause and congratulate all these winners. I wish them all success, and I, like all of them, are very, very grateful to the Scott Institute for this very timely support. Thank you, everyone, for the time.